Hi everyone. I just finished a 5 hour flight. My hair is kind of messy. I'm not wearing my headphones or anything. Um, so I don't know if the audio in this will be okay. During that flight, I read most of the time, but I also wrote a short 1 page excerpt for a little world that I'm creating, just for kind of fun. Um, I just thought about reading it. There'll be some phrases or names and words here you guys won't recognize that you don't have any context for. But mostly it's just a practice thing for trying to write scenes. So I hope you guys like it. And here it goes. Elijah's head was down as he gasped for air. The weight of the dead pressed against him from all sides. They pleaded with him, begged him to send them on their way. They snarled vicious threats and sobbed for help. The pain of an eternity had stretched itself into their souls. They longed to walk through the gates of death into whatever the next had to offer. But they were trapped. They were all prisoners of Gahe, sentenced to their suffering long ago by the gods themselves. They whispered secrets into his ears. He couldn't think straight with all the voices swirling together in his mind, and he wasn't sure he could remember what his own voice sounded like. Ancient history so old that even immortals had forgotten it, mixed with the insane babbling of madmen and pealed laughter cut through the noise. He was so out of it, he didn't know the laughter was his own. He couldn't see the fear on Sarah's face, nor the panics on Luna's. All of his being was entrenched in this land of damnation. His skin felt like flame, and his lungs a billowing furnace. The world blazed around him in black fire, and he couldn't register the shouting of the women near him as it touched his skin. The fire extinguished light, scorched skin, and reduced all it touched to naught but ash. Time meant nothing to it. It would blaze forever. Life and death and gravity and matter and nothingness were all its fuel. It would devour concepts and burn the entire universe to the ground. Gods couldn't stop it, and he suddenly understood why all beings feared flame. The greatest punishment the gods had ever thrust anyone into had been flame, and it had existed long before them. He blinked, and suddenly the world went quiet. He was staring into Luna's eyes. Burns touched her hand. He stared at them, shock trying to creep its way into his mind, but her powers held all emotions at bay. What happened? I don't know, Luna shuddered painfully. Elijah, I need you to answer me. Are you okay? I, Luna, what's going on? Why is your... Did I? His voice shook. Even Luna struggled to hold back his fear, straining with all her might to keep the fellow empath calm. Unless you've learned how to speak in tongues since we last spoke, I don't think so, she muttered. Elijah, you got possessed. At least I think so. Something had a hold of you. It took everything I had to drag you back. What do you remember? Elijah stared at her for a long time, trying to rack his mind. But only one thing came to mind. Fire, he whispered. The only thing I can remember is fire. And that's the excerpt. I hope you guys liked it. Trying to come up with some themes um, between life, death, fire, light, dark, stuff like that. Um, Elijah's a necromancer connected to the land of the dead, and they're in a on a realm, a universe, dimension where the dead can't be put to rest. They're trapped. Luna is an empath and a healer, and also incredibly strong and resistant to fire. She's never been burned a day in her life. Even if she were to walk through a forest fire, she would come out none the worse for wear. She's able to breathe smoke and exhale ash as if it were nothing. Sarah's not really mentioned more than as a name, but she's kind of like Luna. Um, She's not immune to the flame, but she's resistant to it. And it takes a lot to hurt her. This was a moment where Elijah was taken over by ancient spirits, so old that even the gods had forgotten them. I think it was a cool little scene. I hope you guys liked it. I know I kind of started my way through a few pieces there, but I think it turned out well. And I'm not a professional at this, so whatever. Have a great night, everybody. I'm looking forward to being home. Peace out.